Well, sorry, 4th of October, 3304. And we are getting ready here for another endeavor. In our crate. Medium-sized spacecraft. And it'll be hailing a ringman to begin the evening. We'll pick a mission in the very near future. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
So, this is a Thanksgiving weekend in Canada, so we have Monday off. And I have ordered a new workstation chair to replace the broken one that I'm sitting on.
That sucks.
Well, and it doesn't, what sucks is it doesn't get here till Tuesday. But we are at Borlog Hub, which is in the LDS 413 star system. We have upgraded our crate quite far. And I'm still in the crate, in fact. I left the Anaconda in Shinrar Hedezra.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I went and I hauled a bunch of shit for Leon Rui, so that come next update, I've got my 750 merits.
Yeah, I'm 2 weeks behind you.
Yeah. I've got like 4 days technically, I've got that month, but doesn't do any good until next Thursday.
Well, I'll join you soon enough. I can jump 30 light years in this beastie, and its shields are pretty good for a crate, but it doesn't, according to what I've canvassed so far, it's not the best crate in the galaxy by any stretch, but it has about 800 points of shield strength and a fair bit of armor for a medium-sized craft, so it's not too bad.
What? You're in a crate now?
Yep. It goes, I just basically outfitted it for, because I figured I might be going back to Shinrar Hedezra. I figured, well, if I lose the crate, that's well within my insurance payment ability, instead of losing something as expensive as the Anaconda. And I can finish off my missions. I've already got 60% on my way to the next Federation rank. After tonight, it'll be 70%. In theory, by the time the long weekend's over, I could conceivably be in the rank of captain, and then I would be well on my way to getting my Corvette. So by the end of the month, by the end of the month, I should have my Corvette. And in the meantime, I can switch out to the Anaconda if I need to do anything against.
How much armor now on your crate?
Well, let me find out. I'll tell you exactly. Tell you exactly in just a moment. Can't tell you there because it doesn't tell you. Let's see here. Let's turn on the planetary hangar now that we have 100% power utilization. Let's see here. Let's see here. Trading, mining, exploration, passengers. I've rescued 173 pilots. Huh. I can't tell you how much my my ship has for armor. I have no outfitting ability and no data is available.
I thought you were just rattling some stats off a little bit ago.
I checked last night. Oh.
Shouldn't have changed too much then, I don't think. But I guess in my crate I've got like 309 in shields and 1,200 armor.
Well, if that's true, then I should have about 1,200 armor and 800 shields.
That depends on how...
Oh, I'm quite sure it's 800 shields.
Well, I've got a whole reinforcement package in here.
Okay, so it'll minus 200 points of armor, so I'm down to 1,000.
And everything else is A-framed and engineered?
Yeah, I got that. Oh, I am also running the light scale armor still, like the default armor that the ship comes with.
Oh, your hull won't be as high then as mine.
No, but I put everything into shields, so... Okay, let's go and get our mission board here straightened out. We have one mission. Standing by. I also sold off a bunch of shit yesterday. So I got about, a good 27 million credits just from selling various pieces that I don't use anymore off.
Let's see, how do I...
Ooh. Well, we can have this one here. Some new systems we just got missions for. La 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 la. I've been laughing something fierce here because I've been watching the old Canadian sci-fi program Space 1999 on YouTube. God, it was hilarious. Talk about a B-rate sci-fi series. Holy moly. It's about as B-rate as they come. Okay, let's just shut this off. Oh, wait, we can get Universal Cartographics. 250,000. All from one system. I scanned the hell out of. The aberrant system, Celestius Terminal. I can win up to 32,000 credits, or triple bonus influence and 10,000 credits, with double bonus reputation. Yeah. Let's open the galaxy map. The aberrant system is right there. Purchase the exploration data, and let's go take our... Oh, it's another small station. Celsius Terminal. Launching 17.2 light years. Oh, I can also boost my ship up to 500.
That's good. That's about what mine gets. Maybe a little over.
Mine's a little under, around 490 something. Maybe 480, 87.
And I can look at mine again.
Let's see. Shut off the landing gear. Turn the engines on to full.
Oh, I guess I got 532 boost.
Okay, so I get 358 just normal cruise, 359 normal cruise.
Got 387.
And 493 under thrust. So it's pretty good. I've already outrun one situation where I attacked 5 pirates. I destroyed 2 or 3 of them. The other 2...
I got somebody trying to call me.
Okay.
I am back.
Alright then. A distress call has been intercepted. Threat level 2. This may prove to be too much, but we're going to test our craft out in combat one more time. This is a target of opportunity. 5 ships. They're putting out a false distress signal. Weapons armed.
No. God damn it.
One target obliterated. A large capital ship was a gunship. It has been obliterated. Three targets destroyed. This is an Eagle. It is in deep trouble. Target obliterated. Target destroyed. I don't think I have. No, I have the repair limpet. But I have no damage.
Secure. Initiating repair sequence.
No major equipment. Jumping away. Well, the craft performed a lot better this time in combat than it did last time.
Well, good.
They weren't able to hurt my shields very much. They didn't even get the first ring down. And I pile drive that fucking gunship. I mean, holy fuck. Took it down a notch or two. We're coming up on a heavy metal planet. There appears to be magma all over the place. It has a sulfur-based atmosphere and oh my goodness. What a terrible little poisonous planet. Okay, so now we will fly over here. We are on the deck at Space Station Celsius Terminal. Welcome to Celsius Terminal, where your mission is our mission. Is your mission. We'll take the influence instead of the money. And we'll get some more credit. We can take a courier job to the Pemori system, to the Imbaviba system, or we can take everyone's life in the whole universe.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Take everybody's life. They don't need those.
HR 4734 negative. Or we can donate some money to prevent a medical emergency. Oh, let's donate some money. The Helgaidi system, the Akandi system, LFT 926, the Pinopi system, all require deliveries. And the Skagiko system. Home to, among other people and famous celebrities, the Swedish chef. Bork, bork, bork. Yeah, well, that chair I bought better last a while. I spent $400 on a Lazy Boy workstation chair.
Oh, yeah?
It better last a few years, or else. I have, according to this, 396 integrity. So I have quite a few more shields than... no stock on the alloys. Most of the other crap is A-class. The only thing that's not A-class is my power distributor, which is class 7D. I have an 6A prismatic shield, Guardian FSD extension, 3A repair limpet, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. We can give you a repair limpet. And that's all we can give you. Because the station is about as useless as they come. And that means that we put the weapon away and we move on to the next mission, which will be in... Ooh! The new Nets system, it's right next to Shinrar to Desra.
Still there, Trium?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm thinking about ancient Egyptians for some reason. They had such cool names, especially the females, like Anaxinamun. Sounds very regal. You are not there. Are you at that... Are you doing a community mission?
No.
You're in the Tangaroa system, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Why? Let's see, you're 169 light years away.
Teacher.
Hey?
I'm trying to draw something and nothing's wanting to work right.
Are you having problems?
No, I don't want to try that shit.
Haha. I am leaving this space station. Like, why do they call it a space station? What else would it be? A non-space station? Like, what would they even be like? It's a station, but it's not in space. I guess they could call it a 0-point station. This is a planet. And I stand corrected. The atmosphere is 100% nitrogen. I was pointing at something else. High metal content, world's metallic core. We have metallic ores near the surface in places, especially around areas of past volcanism. There's no current volcanism, and surface pressure is only 1/10 of that of Earth, similar to Mars prior to terraforming. Composed of 67.4% rock, 32.6% metal. It hurtles around its star in 6 Earth days. And is almost completely tidally locked at an orbit at a axial tilt of 15.49 degrees. Ooh, that means it'll have seasons. Barely. Not that it matters very much. The average surface temperature is just 77 Kelvin. Bring your parka. Okay, so here we have a rock and ice world. Small metal core, thick rocky mantle, crust, very deep ice. Geologically common. Has a seasonal atmosphere, 7.6 AUs from parent star. Blah, 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 blah. Now, of course, the seasons would be very hard to measure because it's only got 4 degrees axial tilt. Rocky ice world. And the metals in this solar system are almost non-existent. Okay, good. So we're moving on to the new net system. Preparing to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. We're headed for another weeny little station, but this one's even further out from its parent star, 11,160 light seconds and falling. CBDR just over 2 hours, 45 minutes. Time updating rapidly. Target of opportunity presents. Weapons fire detected, threat level 5. I don't know. The Federation system, it doesn't say what the security level is. It is a high security system according to the rating. With threat level 5 and high security, we will engage the threat level 5. We also have high engines, so we should be good. Convoy dispersal, no. Threat 2. Okay, let's see here. Alliance Chieftain. Claim is mostly harmless. There's a 10%.
That's one for the salvage crew.
Target obliterated. Target locked on chemical processors. He didn't hit my shields even.
God damn it.
Shield emitters, final target. "20 seconds.
Ready to bring the fighter back to the ship, Commander. Fighter's locked up tight. Base secure.
Ryazanski dog. We're about 2 minutes away from target. Target of opportunity presents. Weapons fire detected. Threat 1. Not of interest. Well, that's interesting. The planet seems to be receding away from us. Now, 1 minute 4 seconds before contact. 1 minute 4 seconds. Now 54 seconds, 53, 50, and falling. We are once again CBDR. Entering host star system. At 20C. Headed for Bay 3. Video is failing again. Okay. Mission board, please. No outfitting here. We'll take reputation. The Fong Wang system. No Federation missions are present here, so we won't bother. If anything new ended up in Galnet today. Galnet, GNN, the Galactic News Network. There is a new item. Further surveillance robots discovered. The Federal Security Service has discovered more administration robots fitted with secret surveillance programs. Lieutenant Inspector Ramesh Thorne informed the media, and quote, "Our investigation to Lloyd Hardy's admin robot, which secretly recorded evidence of corporate fraud, has broadened significantly. Acting on reports of unusual behavior, We have found 5 further robots containing hidden surveillance programs. In each case, the robot was a PA-912 model manufactured by Achilles Corporation. The robot's owners are now helping us with our inquiries. 2 of the 5 owners have been identified: Don Zhao, the CEO Kuiper Mining Incorporated, while Anya Blackriver runs a public relations consultancy with offices in Olympus Village on Mars, San Francisco on Earth, and Columbus Station in the Sol system. A spokesperson for the Achilles Corporation gave us this statement, and quote, "We are cooperating with the FSS investigation and would like to reassure the public that our robots are as trustworthy as ever. This illegal surveillance has nothing whatsoever to do with the Achilles Corporation." Over the last decade, Achilles Corporation has sold over 20 million robots throughout the Federation, including nearly 300,000 T9812 models. TA912 models. Technology journalist Harlo Nasri has published a full account of the Rackham Ultratech Expo, which took place on Wednesday, 3rd October, and quote, "All eyes were on Herculean machines and Supertech, whose competing designs for personal computers have created a real buzz. Following lavish presentations from rival CEO Maddox Hurd and Scorpio Devaro, prototypes of the DuraDrive and Torque were given to attendees. Unfortunately for Supertech, the Torque's holographic systems did not work as planned. Most users were surrounded by an incomprehensible aura of colors and images that in some cases brought on nausea. The DuraDrive, by contrast, functioned perfectly. The highlight of the expo came when Zachary Rackham tested a DuraDrive by jumping on it before using it to contact his chief accountant and authorize preliminary funding for the device. He told the crowd, "I could have done with one of these back in my spacefaring days." It's clear that support given to Herculean machines by the galactic community has allowed them to deliver a superior product, one we can expect to see on the market soon. And in other news, Fazia Silva, one of 3 candidates in the Alliance presidential race, has been found dead. She is believed to have been murdered. Inspector Aaron Sengaster of Alliance Interpol informed the media Miss Silva's body was found in a room at Hume Orbital, where she was staying during her presidential campaign. Medical teams detected traces of poison, making this a suspected homicide. There's already been speculation that this was a political killing motivated by Silva's proposed changes to Alliance financial policy. The entrepreneur had also fierce rivals in the business world. Her sister, Tashmira Silva, who has been overseeing the Silva corporate empire, stated, "Our family is devastated. We can't believe that Fazia has been taken from us. I will honor her by continuing to run the companies that she has made so successful." Condolences were delivered by Prime Minister Edmund May and both of Ms. Silva's election rivals, Gibson Kincaid and Elijah Beck. President Kincaid said, "This tragedy constitutes a direct attack on our democracy. The Alliance's enemies will do anything they can to destabilize us, including murder. If we are to fight back, we will need strong leadership." And that was the news from Galnet on this, the 6th of October, 3304. This is Commander Trium reporting.
Didn't you read that last night or the night before?
Well, I didn't know if you had.
Well, you read it. You always read that out loud to me every day.
Well, I think the robot one was kind of new, but hadn't read that one before. And I didn't read the other 2 in great detail, so it's still useful to have a review. At any rate, what do you think that means for the Alliance election? I suspect Kincaid I suspect that one of Kincaid's rivals, the one who wants to turn the Alliance into a republic, is behind it. He stands the most to gain. What's that?
Hold on. Why is she saying goodnight?
Why?
She's going to bed.
Oh. If I go to bed, will you say goodnight to me too?
Really think you need to? Sure.
How sensitive of you.
I'm not giving you a fucking kiss, though.
Fortunately, you're some distance away.
God.
Well, I don't have anyone else to give me a hug or a kiss. My goodness. Fortunately, you're located across the cosmos somewhere, safely ensconced away from anywhere I might need a hug or a kiss. Besides which, if I wanted that, I could always contact Achilles Robotics and get myself a personal assistant.
You never know. It might not be a bad idea.
Well, except they spy on you, apparently, so... I don't know why everyone's so worried about the government spying on them. You know what? Who cares? I hate to break it to everyone in the United States, but most of you just aren't that important. What?
Privacy thing that was part of the revolution.
Yes, I know. Actually, our privacy rights are fairly well protected in Canada, probably better than even in the United States from a legal point of view, but it's still kind of pointless. Like, even if the government is, like, literally watching your computer and reading your damn mind, so what? The life of the average person really isn't that interesting, and they're trying, usually, I mean, at least at this stage of the game, they're probably... Their motives for doing so are probably honorable. They're probably trying to protect the public. Now, that won't necessarily always be true, which is why that type of a system isn't a very good one, because someone will eventually come into power and they'll abuse the hell out of it. But in the meantime, since neither one of us can really influence the government that much, I'm not too concerned about it. Call me naive.
You're naive.
Yes, I know. That's what my handlers tell me. Jumping to LHS 346. Charging FSD. It is a hostile power with medium security. Our reputation is clean in that system. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. We've departed the Nunet system for a 10 light-year voyage. We'll arrive in seconds. And here we are. MacArthur Gateway is our target. It is a Coriolis spaceport, located 5,000 light seconds from the arrival point. Target of opportunity presents encoded emissions. That's of no interest. Yeah, my boss thinks Edward Snowden happens to be a Russian stooge.
Like this.
I don't know. I think his motives might have been honorable. I think if he's a Russian stooge, it's because, well, he's an unwitting Russian stooge. Technically, that means he's not a traitor, but...
Well, the problem is, he's an idiot.
Well, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because he pissed off the wrong damn people.
I think he knew he was going to be in a lot of trouble, though, so...
Then he shouldn't have done it in the first place. He wouldn't have all the property he got.
Well, he's trying to play the legal card, and he's trying to say, look, if I'm an idiot, fine, but you need to try me in open court. And the American government doesn't want to do that just yet.
Well, that's because he committed treason.
No, to commit treason, you need intent. I don't think he had intent.
No, you don't need intent, not by our law. All you have to do is commit the crime.
What? That's silly. How can you mistakenly cause treason?
Okay, how did Edward Snowden accidentally get
No,
all that information?
Yeah,
no
what?
Way that was a fucking accident.
No, of course not, and he doesn't argue that. What he's arguing is that his intentions were to blow the whistle on the American government for having all that information in the first place, which, by the way, itself was illegal. And no one is disputing these facts. What's in dispute is whether or not he's a traitor for actually choosing to do so. But the government of the United States, by its own laws, shouldn't have had that information in the first place. It was gained by ill-gotten means. And that's the whole argument. So if he did commit treason, like I said, it was an unwitting act, because his intentions, whatever they do, matter when he's trying to make a better society.
It's not a matter of intentions.
A traitor doesn't want you to have
information that he was not supposed to give out. It'd be just like your job, working for the defense department. You go start blabbing your damn mouth, you're going to get in trouble for it, regardless of what your intentions are. Intentions don't mean jack shit.
Well, in Canada it would be handled a little differently. Like, if I went to the government, and there'd be sympathizers in the government who would likely take up my cause if something like that were to happen. I think Snowden made that effort, and it was just that he was rebuked. The intelligence agencies in the United States, and especially the one he worked for, the NSA, was not interested in hearing his argument. And it wasn't...
He was sticking his nose where it didn't belong, for one.
No, he was entitled, he was cleared for the information. That's how he got most of it.
He might have been cleared for the information, but he wasn't cleared to divulge said information.
To the public, no. But it isn't in the public's interest. That includes you and me, by the way. It isn't in our interest for the American government to collect that information in secret when the practice itself needs to be exposed to the public for public critique and debate. The means by which that information is gained can remain secret, but whether or not the United States government should have that kind of information, and whether or not it should be able to obtain the information by bugging everyone's phone or installing malware into the assembly lines of computer products, is another matter completely. And some of that stuff maybe should be brought before the public. Now, would I do that? No, because, like I said, in Canada I probably would find some sympathetic ears in our government establishment, but it wasn't happening in the United States. Plus, in Canada, if I did...
The question is, okay, did Snowden actually try? Who did he go talk to?
That isn't... The details of a trial will show that evidence, and that part of the trial should probably be public.
I doubt he'll never make it to a public trial because he wanted for treason.
Well,
the intentions, whatever his intentions were, how he got, none of that matters. The fact is, he put a lot of American people's lives at risk.
That isn't...
The military officials. Their
that
lives
isn't
at risk.
that isn't proven.
But it sure as hell had the potential. That's treason.
Potential. He may have known exactly what he was doing, and he may have realized I'm putting no operatives at risk because I have access to that information. If he did have access to that information, then he knew perfectly well he didn't put anyone at risk, and then again it begs the question.
So now he's absolved of any wrongdoing.
I didn't say that. I simply said he wasn't guilty of. He may be guilty of something. He doesn't have. He.
Regardless of any circumstances.
Yeah. The other thing is, don't forget, in Canada, we haven't actually had a conviction of treason in nearly 200 years here. So, and it's not because there haven't been spies. We've caught spies before, like Canadians that were operating for the Russians and whatnot during the Cold War. They just weren't charged with treason. They were charged with other crimes. But there hasn't, the treason, the crime, high treason in Canada is still the only crime on our books that is punishable by the death penalty. And as a general rule, it would only be used in a time of war. But and there hasn't been a case of it. Even during World War II, there were no cases of high treason that were brought forward. So when we use treason, the word here may mean something a little different. It may mean that there has to be intent, and in our jurisprudence that likely is the case. In the United States, I mean, I just don't see, according to my understanding of the word, I just don't see how you could have a conviction for a charge of treason without intent. The whole point of treason is, by definition, you have to want to harm your own nation. You'd have to break loyalty. So, if he's acting in a fashion that favors the American public and the freedoms that the American government is supposed to protect, I don't understand how you could say, well, that's treason, because he was deliberately acting in favor of the American public and trying to reinforce the laws of said government, in which case it's not treason, according to my understanding of the word. But perhaps I do misunderstand. No, shit.
Okay, treason. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government.
Right.
The action of betraying someone or something.
Betrayal. There's the key word right there. Betrayal. What do you have to do to betray someone? You have to break loyalty. To break loyalty, to betray, you would have to have intent. You can't have a betrayal without intent.
You're hung up on the whole intent part.
Yes.
Intent doesn't mean jack shit. He made a choice. He did something that he knew was not right.
It says it right there in front of you.
He had every intention of doing what he did.
Yeah, the actions, but he was trying to act in favor of the American public, in favor of the United States. But that's what betraying means. Look up betrayal. In order to have betrayal, you will find the word as defined by Merriam-Webster, I'm quite sure. I don't even have to look.
I read that off of a dictionary.
I know. You can't really go by dictionary terms anyway. They're not a valid form of argument, but it does give you a convention to follow. I mean, it might be something else. I'm not saying it's not a crime what he did, but it just isn't treason. It's something else. He may have failed to live up to his contractual agreement with the NSA. He may have failed to follow the Patriot Act. He may have he could be in violation of 10 different crimes, among none of which would be treason. Either way, he's in a hell of a legal bind, I'll give you that. And as for whether or not it becomes public, in Canada, secret trials are forbidden. So you can't have a secret trial here. So what they normally do, it's believed, it's never been proven, but it's believed very strongly that they just don't try you. You're just punished. You're either handed over to the United States, which deports you to a black site since you're not an...
U.S. Constitution, Article 3, Section 3, treason against the United States.
Yes.
Consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of two witnesses to the same overt act or on confession in open court. So technically he'll probably get some kind of court date, but he's still fucking guilty because he gave aid, as in he gave information to a potential enemy. So he's guilty right there.
He needs two witnesses. Two witnesses have. Two witnesses.
You can have all the intentions in the world to do a lot of things, but it doesn't mean jack shit. It's what you actually do. Your actions are what get you in trouble.
Two witnesses.
Thinking something, I'm not going to get in trouble for thinking of it, but if I do something, then I can get in trouble for it.
Two witnesses have to corroborate that. I think you'd have...
I'm pretty sure there's the whole CIA, NSA, all of them got enough evidence that he shot his mouth off.
How?
So it really don't matter.
How? How would they do that? They'd need to pull witnesses.
How did they... Well, yeah, obviously somebody got information from him.
Did they?
All they got to do is backtrack all that shit.
I suppose that he could just be asked in a court, like, who did you disclose the information to? And that would be... He's wanting to be the high and mighty one and be the big guy. Then yeah, he'll just openly tell him, this is what I did. That's the most likely scenario. If he does that, he will still argue that he's still not guilty of treason, but because he did not give America's enemies comfort. He gave the American public comfort by giving them the information.
He didn't give the American people comfort. He gave potentially...
No, the Constitution is very clear. Your Constitution is very clear. It's not potential. You have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
By giving the enemy information.
What enemy? Who? Under what circumstances?
Any enemy. Anybody that's not American. Supposed to have American secrets.
Oh, hang on a second. So now, all of a sudden, any information that the government deems as being information that is the government considers secret, you disclose it publicly, you're disclosing it to an enemy of the American people? Do you know how dangerous that is? I think the founding fathers would be spinning in their grave if they heard any of the lawmakers of today speak like that. That was exactly the kind of tyranny they were talking about during the lead up to the revolution. The whole idea that a government could actually just sit there and label people traitors or not by virtue of their own set of definitions that were unreasonably defined outside the context of, well, first of all, public trials, but second of all, that were not defined in advance through a body of laws. I mean, you do have to have a rule of law here, and I think that if you just have the government just whimsically declaring what's a secret and what's not, as it goes, you're not really dealing with a regime that honors the rule of law anymore. It's just making up whatever story suits it at a particular point in time for whatever situation it deems convenient.
Okay, let's back up. Why does it matter? In the long run.
Well, I'm just pointing out how Snowden would argue this.
Well, I don't really give a damn. The dumbass shouldn't have done.
I know, I'm just saying this is how the conversation started.
The only fucking reason he's having a fit is because he wants to go home and he's wanted for fucking crimes against his country.
Right, but he wants a trial. A public, open trial.
But he's got to stop hiding in fucking Russia and everywhere else. He needs to grow up and be a fucking man.
Well, it was just Russia, first of all,
He
but
did something he knew wasn't right, but he did it for the right reasons. Then maybe you should just grow a fucking spine and deal with the consequences.
well, I'm sure he is, but he doesn't really get a choice.
He's been hiding for how many fucking years?
And how comfortable do you think he could possibly be in Russia if he wants to come home and face trial by his own peers and his own people in his own country? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, if he's been wanting to come home, why the fuck is he still there?
Because he's not going to get a fair trial, he doesn't think.
Well, then what the fuck is he sitting there bitching about?
He wants a fair trial.
If he's not going to get a fair trial, then he needs to stop being a
At the moment.
dipshit about it.
He probably will as soon as, I mean, if sooner or later sooner or later there will be an agreement, in all likelihood, I expect. The American people will get Snowden back and they will put him on trial at some point. He'll likely come home of his own free will once he's sick and tired of trying, or when he thinks he's got enough public support that he can actually risk going home. But how much of this trial, I don't think he's ever going to see a day come when the trial will be completely public. The American intelligence establishment is simply not going to disclose absolutely everything to the public that it knows about the case. It can't.
Well, yeah, because a lot of that is
No, it can't.
information we don't want everybody under the sun knowing.
Well, not for the next 50 years.
Government has information that it doesn't publicly divulge.
Just remember, though,
It's for the safety of the
right.
Of the majority.
Generally, that's true.
And,
Just keep in mind,
if that's the same thought process, what Mr. Snowden did is still wrong.
Yes, I agree completely.
Regardless.
Yes.
Well, then why are you adamantly arguing his case for him?
I'm not. I'm arguing against treason. That was it.
You're just arguing to argue, I think, right now.
I've been accused of that before, but the whole point was whether or not he's guilty of treason, not whether or not he's not guilty. I wouldn't say he's not guilty. I'm trying to make the case against treason. But I'm not necessarily going to make Edward Snowden's case for him because, like I told you at the beginning, I would never do what Edward Snowden did. You're right. I'm too loyal. I'm just simply not capable of doing that. If I felt the Defense Department or the Canadian intelligence establishment were doing something that, perverted, that I couldn't live with it, I would do one of two things. I would either resign and keep my mouth shut, or I would deal with it internally, and it's most likely the latter rather than the former.
Now, if I understand it right, most government employees are contractually obligated to keep their mouth shut. Basically, no non-disclosure agreements.
That's absolutely true. I'm sworn to see under...
How many crimes is he actually guilty of?
Oh, quite a few. Quite a few.
That's just it.
Yeah.
They're going to nail him on something. He's going to serve prison.
Oh, yes, he will definitely be serving some time. Yeah, no question.
So if he wants to sit and hide in Russia forever, that's his choice.
But he also said this. He said that he's prepared to go to jail for what he believes in, and he said, and sometimes that's important too.
Well, that guy's never been in jail, so I'm pretty sure he'll change his tune once he's in jail for a while.
Maybe a lot of people do, and you and I both know that. But it's I had a more limited exposure to the incarceration system than you did, by the sounds of things. I'm just guessing, but I don't want to go back. I know that. That being said, if I believed in something strong enough, I could see myself making that kind of a sacrifice. But the cause would have to be pretty damn worth it before I would do something like that. And it would never be something I would do just strictly out of selfish interest. Not strictly. Maybe coincidentally, but not strictly. But I don't know. Is he a Russian stooge?
He's a stooge regardless, period. It don't matter.
Yeah, he might be. He probably is. He is being used by Putin. That much I'm sure of. But don't forget, Putin's not immune either. He's about to be called to the carpet himself. Just you wait. In the next 8 months, if Putin isn't out of office, I'd be very surprised. There are things happening and there are things going on in Russia.
For how long?
I know, but there are things happening in Russia right now that are started to show some cracks in Putin's domestic power base. And if those things continue to happen, Putin will find his power gradually eroding to the point where he won't be able to maintain control the way he has been. And as soon as that happens, you'll have someone like I think it's Dmitry Navalny, who was the one of the opposition candidates that ran for mayor of Russia, and also tried to get a seat in the Duma. And Putin put a stop to both events from happening. But someone like Navalny could maybe step into power. And if it's not Navalny, it'll be someone else. And at that point, you have Russia becoming a more free and democratic society, and Putin's reforms, or Putin's regime will itself be done with. The Russian people are getting sick and tired of this nonsense. Yes, Russia has made some gains on the military front, but it's come at the cost of Cold War economics one more time. And Putin is amounting to, in the minds of many, to little more than a dictator. The more that view takes hold, again, the less likely it is Putin's going to be able to remain in power. So, I'm basing the 8-month figure, incidentally, on the projections of the socioeconomic data that was entered into a simulation inside of a quantum computer at one of the, I think it may have been MIT or Berkeley or one of the major American educational institutions. And his survival rate declines to near 100%. To a near 100% chance he's going to lose power within some point within the next 8 months.
Well, computers are not infallible.
No, they rely on humans to enter the correct data. So, I mean,
humans can be biased.
But so far the data looks like it. Yeah, I know, but so far the data looks like it's holding up, and the longer that continues, unless something dramatic happens, like events could change it. One example, all-out war between Iran and the United States, all-out war between the United States and Korea. Any kind of conflict in the South China Sea could change the outcome dramatically. I mean, there's all kinds of things that could happen. But don't forget that data was entered into this computer simulation as well. So the trouble is with war, it leads to very unpredictable circumstances. You can win the military strategy element of war and still end up being on the losing side in other ways. War isn't just about military units. The United States is always going to win, probably for the foreseeable future will almost always win any conflict it goes into, in terms of just having the raw military might to do whatever it wants on the battlefield. But that's not the end of the story. There's other consequences that can result from a war. For example, what if the United States finds itself having to nuke an Iranian city in order to bring the conflict to a close? Would that carry support in the United States? Would the president be impeached over such action? Would, lots of questions. Speaking of stooges, you know who else is a stooge of Putin? I still think Trump is too. Because Putin has something on Trump, something we don't know about yet. But we will. All in due course. All right. And we're ready. Launching. By the way, you've been logging into Discord a fair amount lately. Have you seen anything that might pique interest? What's that?
I now have access to Obsidian Ant's Discord channel.
Oh, good.
Other than that, a little bit of Discord that I've been... My page is about the only one I pay attention to anymore. That's you and Spike and Killer talk now and then. Or chat with me, but...
Well, there's been some noise about the Thargoids in Discord.
I don't have access. I'm not in a lot of Discord channels.
Like you're not in.
Obsidian Ant's into his Discord today. I've got Delta Flyer. I've been in his Discord channel for a while.
Yeah.
The other two channels are for different for groups that I played Defiance with.
All right then. What the hell is going on here? Something just went completely sideways with my interface. It's all gone sideways. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I screwed this up.
So if you ever do get around to making your squadron,
yeah,
are you planning on making a Discord channel for it, or are you going to have me do that since I've already got a Discord channel?
Oh, I'll probably just use yours. You know more about Discord than I do. But not only that, I've got the website to keep me busy, where I post all that. I echo a lot of the Discord information in there. Although not yet, but I have it queued to be included in there. And that takes up enough of my time. Plus, once you put it in the website, it's there. I mean, Discord keeps it there too, but Discord's really a chat facility more than the website, which is, you know, searchable, has data, and so on and so forth. So.
Stop. Yeah, sure.
Oh, hang on. I have to land at this base again because I took off before I finished my mission. Let's go over here. Tell you what though, this crate just books it. My God, it's fast.
For access, you are go for approach to pad 1.
Oh, someone just jumped in front of me here.
Oh, that goddamn motherfucker.
ready to dock at Bay 11.
Have you checked your bay number? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response.
The space station is threatening me again.
Blocking the docking bay access corridor is not permitted. This starboard will not allow.
Okay, here we are. MacArthur Gateway. I know, the mission board. The mission board, the mission board. Here we are at the mission board. Oh my god. 30,000 credits. Yeah. We have a whole bunch of bounty we need to claim. We'll take this one, open the galaxy map. What do we got here? And now, yeah, we'll take that one. We'll take this one here. Yeah, what the hell are we doing? Wrong. Mm, 317. $63. No. 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 Do we have The repair limpet. We have a class 3 FSD interdictor. We do not have collector limpets. Would you like a fuel tank?
Sure, I'll take 3 of them. I want class 8 though.
Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, we got that one correct. And now we're launching to another Coriolis-class space station. Starport, beg your pardon. And now... 17 light years. LHS 2441. FSD charging. Medium security. Hostile power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. As we go hurtling across the cosmos, we're now headed for Asimov landing, 1.8 thousand light seconds. Sorry, 1,000 light seconds. Approaching Starport. And a gas giant with a ring. Ring around the planet to go with my ring around the head. 8, 7, 6,000, 5,000 kilometers CBDR. With azimuth landing, and we are dropping from jump space now.
Access granted. Please land on pad 2-6.
Pad landing request is pad 26.
Steady traffic in this area, Commander. Be vigilant. Attention, Commander. Collisions will not be tolerated. Slow down. Caution, landing gear not engaged.
Unsaturated oxygen pressure will not be detected. Obey station one and enjoy your stay.
We're docked at azimuth landing. Anonymous access due to collision with another ship. Paying off fines, 200 credits. No interstellar factors. We have here a mission delivery. Two non-Federation patrons. Uh, 332. The Kunji system. The Halpasi system. The Trapen system. The Naui system. LHS 2429. We'll try this station for outfitting. We have a docking computer. And nothing else. Okay, so we have a shipyard then. 9 ships are available. Maximum is the Federal gunship for 34 million credits. Carries a fighter bay. Other than that, it is not pleased to see you. Have you ever flown a gunship?
Nope.
Pennington Port and the Alchita system is our next destination. It is a small space station. No useful facilities. No. 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 And no. Computer depart.
Regulate speed to outside the exclusion zone.
Charging FSD, high security system, but from a hostile power. The Alchita system, clean criminal record. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. Pennington Port, 1,664 light seconds. Targets of opportunity are Ceremonial comms detected, threat 0. Double planet. Secondary planet has an atmosphere. Coming out of jump space. It seems I've collided with the station somehow. Pennington Port. We are going to use this for mission. Huh? Crown City LHS 317 system. High security system. Outfitting is available. Launching. Ground City, 1,212 light seconds distant. Oh, dear me. Dear, dear, dear me. Weapons fire. Threat 5. This is the high security system, so guess what? We will engage the target. $10,000 kilometers and closing.
Roger that. I'm booting up the fighter.
This is a fair to lance. The shields are not coming down very quickly. I've crashed into him with my shields. He has taken damage. He's still not hit my shields. Closing on Crown City. Less than 1 minute to contact. Target is a gas giant. We have docked with Crown City. It is a Federation space station. We are now Howard City in the Nagatane system. Launching. $812, 11, 10 light seconds, and CBDA less than 3 minutes. Weapons fire, threat 5, engaging target. $20,000 kilometers. Target obliterated. No. Federal Navy. And this will be a federal dropship.
Roger that. Commencing fighter recovery.
Destination Howard City locked on and engaging engines. Ten 10,000 kilometers. Two 2,000 kilometers. Proceed to landing bay 3.
This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal infractions. Obey station law.
Collection limpets 3A. Maximum active limpets 2.
So what are you building now?
Well, I just outfitted collection limpets for the first time in God knows how long. I finally found some collection limpets that I can use. So I took off the repair limpets, class 3, and installed class 3 collection limpets, which only gives me 2 of them active at once, but it's still faster than I can collect material myself, so.
Yeah.
Okay, what time is it here? It is 3:15. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed here, and we'll be on again tomorrow, which I imagine I'll be seeing you unless you're gonna go hunting again this weekend. It's gonna be fairly warm.
If the weather straightens out around here, yeah, I'll definitely go hunting. It's fucking raining every goddamn day this week.
Well, it could be worse. My father reports snow in Manitoba, so.
Well, we're supposed to get that too here sometime soon.
Alright, well, hopefully we'll see you on tomorrow then.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Yep, have a good one.
You too. Good night. Alright everyone, that'll be it for tonight. This is Commander Trium, reminding you that you can access the properties for these videos by clicking the video with the video properties for this video, which includes the cross-posting site to Twitter where all these videos are cataloged chronologically. And, of course, you can click I like or subscribe as suits your preference. The bell icon to the right subscribe button, if it's apparent, will give you mini dialogues when new content, be it recorded or live, is made available on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to do so. This is Commander Trium, wishing all commanders a safe and enjoyable Thanksgiving long weekend if you're in Canada. Otherwise, just a normal weekend for the rest of you, I guess. And of course, fly safe, commanders. This is Commander Trium, signing off. Good night.